Blessed is the man that worketh not in the counsel of the heathen, that sitteth in the seat of the scornful, but his delight is in the law of the Lord. And in this Lord I say, I did it sunrise and sundown. Him I go deal like a tree planted by the rivers of water that bringeth forth fruit in his season. Him leaf never I go wither, and whatsoever him doeth shall prosper. Yea! The heathen them now they saw them there like a chaff with the wind driveth away. Therefore the heathen them never go turn upon judgment of the sin among them in the congregation of the righteous. For the Lord God Jah loveth the way of the righteous and the way of the sin among them. Always and always I go perish. Let the people of the Most High God say, Jah! Kadama we groma beya tela exact beer tanaista lina bashante shante 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 kadama we groma beya tela where two and trees meet in the name of the Most High Jah. That's so Jaja there. If Jaja never build up your house, the builder I go build it in vain same way. If Jaja never watch upon your house, the watchman I go watch it in vain. The name of the Lord is a strong tower, and the righteous run into it and them is saved. Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but Jah shall deliver him from all of them. And I give thanks. And I give thanks. Our mouse of Bolisa and Danu water and what a sick player for. Our mouse of Bolisa akpe kaka. Yes, and I give thanks. And I give thanks unto the name that is greater than every other name. And with the mention of that name, every name must bow. This is the Black Pot, aka Kokoshonamo, where we speak truth to power. And my name, Black Rasta. Now in every traditional African home there is a black pot, and each time this black pot sits on the fire there is something nutritious, sumptuous, appetizing, tantalizing, cooking. Oh yes. Now ingredients of so many different colors, shapes and sizes, aromas and flavors, find their way into the black pot. They put aside all differences, so they will collaborate with the black pot and produce food. Now this food does not benefit the black pot, neither does it benefit the ingredients. It benefits us, the eaters. Yet, every time, collaboratively, selflessly, this food will be prepared by the black pot and the ingredients. Now the black pot represents the continent of Africa, and the ingredients in the black pot represent us as a people. Yes, some of us are tall, some are short, some have lighter skin, and some even belong to different creeds and faiths. We must put aside all these differences, come together to interplay on the continent of Africa and produce development for our people, our continent, our land. Now we must be a tree planting generation. Yes, we might not live long enough to benefit from the fruits and the shade of the trees we plant. But does it really matter? The next generation would come and enjoy this. Just as the last generations planted these trees and never lived long enough to benefit from the shades and the fruits of these trees. This is the Black Pot, aka Kokoshonamo. And here we don't talk politics. We are rewiring the mindset of our people. It's all about the mindset. Yes, if the mindset is right, every other thing will be righted. That is why we call it the Black Pot, aka Kokoshonamo, where we speak truth to power. And I got news for you. We are live on Pan-African TV. We are also live on Loud Silence TV, super live on Ghana Web TV, and we are live on Black Empire TV. Via satellite, we are seen all across the continent of Africa and all over the world. This is the Black Pot, aka Kokoshonamo, and here we speak truth to power. We don't do politics here. What we do is called patriotism. And we have a number of issues to look at today, but remember, our YouTube page is live. It's called the Black Empire Media. Please subscribe to that channel, and click on the notification button. And here we go. It is big. Our numbers are also scrolling on the screen. Do business with us. The more your business prospers, we also prosper. This is the pot that is black. The Blakk pot, aka Kukushonomo, and my name, Blakk RASTA. The very first story we are looking at today is rolling on your screens, and it starts on a very sad note. It says, I leave everything to Allah, Ashaiman soldier's father. The soldier, Trooper Imuru, that's his photograph there. Only 21 years, he met his untimely death. He was stationed in Sunyani. He was asked to come to Accra for a course. He called his mother and told the family, I'm coming to Accra for a course. Every Friday, I'll come home and visit. And true to his words, he came the first time, came the second time, and boom, a dastardly act ended the life of this burgeoning soldier. Only 21 years old. Many people have ascribed a lot of reasons to why he might have been killed. While some people said it was a jealous boyfriend who came forward to confront him and end his life. Others discounted that and said, no, it could not be true. Now, some people said there was a lady that he was dating. And interestingly, there was another man who was also dating this lady. And when he came to visit the lady, somebody hinted the jealous boyfriend that, oh, the soldier is in. And after he had visited the lady and he was on his way out, the jealous boyfriend allegedly attacked. And it became vicious and deadly. He died. In fact, we saw photos of him. No family wants to ever see that about their members lying in a pool of blood. This soldier, a lot of things are coming out about him. Some other schools of thought believe that it was a robbery act. Robbers attacked him, and when they struggled with him, they overpowered him, stabbed him several times, and ended his life, and stole his laptop and his mobile phone. All we know is that we saw him in a pool of blood and he was gone. Now, the death of this soldier brought up a lot of issues. His fellow soldiers from all over Accra were so mad and angry and decided to take the law into their own hands. They went into Ashaiman, beating up people, arrested about 184 Ashaiman natives, took all of them out. They released over 150 of them and kept the rest. Where was the police? Is that not the duty of the police? Is that not supposed to be the work of the police? Have the soldiers lost faith in the police? Remember, another soldier was killed a few years back. In fact, he was a captain of the army. Posthumously, they gave him a major position. We all remember Major Mahama. He was killed in Denchirabuase by a mob that mistook him for a thief. Whilst he was trying to explain, even showing his card, identity card, they would not listen. They saw a pistol, and therefore they believed that he was an armed robber. His pistol was loaded. He never fired a shot because this is a soldier, true soldier. A true soldier believes that he's supposed to protect the people. Now, if you turn your guns at the people, then who are you protecting now? In fact, as he was trying to explain, they launched on him and beat him to death, smashing his head flat. His mother could not even look at the corpse before burial. We have details of that story. The issue is still in court. The soldiers are not happy that the issue has not been dealt with. There's a statue standing here in Accra to honor that soldier who refused to shoot his own people, but rather decided to go to his grave, still protecting the people. the Ashaiman soldier was killed. Only at 21, soldiers came in, picked up some people. Now the Ministry of Defense has not been able to come out and give any concrete information about the attacks or the brutalities in Ashaiman. The media spoke to the mother of Sheriff. It is now the father is speaking, and the father has said a very important thing. He says, I leave everything to Allah. That's what he says. The father made it clear that his son, Trooper Imuru, was so close to the mother, and he only spoke to his son only sparingly. I want you to watch the video by the kind courtesy of multimedia. Listen to it attentively. Those of you who do not understand the Akan language, I'm going to give you a translation, an overview of what he said right after this video. Check it out.
No, see that I want to obey. No, see, okay, say, or name that Akasa. Or you're closer to the mother, send me. Because on any mammy shade, yeah. So Becca, I send the another says, I send, but the friend of mine is naming that, not solving issue. No, see, or back crowd. Let me say a crowd by then, I'll be a waka. Because you station, no, see, or Babe. Nyame adu na be course ni ya be san kuchi nti o kan say so ba every Fridays obe sure say obe ba be shrine nti the first Friday oba that was last 3 weeks I office nyane by the first Friday oba and oba kan say pepepe the second Friday was last 2 weeks or ye nipa bia obre no wansi nti even military atare no krampo no say you can omo station wa oba onhye we don say oshelika omo soldier for nika ene sa omo black top ene ye no time you attach all the bafi now I hang in the bag now very unfortunate obi mo kika ensembasa bi ena jin kwampo radio stations in some of the TV stations o magidi ensembia mo kika fa kwa obi say over 32 years obi say over 27 e wo ka mu ni ade. You just imagine opening share akola na ya wonu ofia ha e ye compound house neti menene ma me dan wi neti na se metinya bran na matete akola na nyame ncha ade na wakwa kofa o haweri sada boya ni minimo sunya ni nko hoda ni nya akola wi akofa mu awu isi na wa ba be ben obi mo kokuna to achi na obi nso be gina o say e na akwala na se okọ ne girlfriend ho ye say wa akoye oba bi hu ade akwala go be tiri akoye oba bi hu ade without even the knowledge of the mother somebody na mane kwampo a na nsem kika man for candidate to be honest hwe de eti masa ha na eti yo wa ha ansa na ye nyinsa akwala we awo no nti ha na akwala we enyiye Ashaiman no school. O started school ha oko St. Augustine ya na friend woman. O wie no e no tua so Akumman Senior High School. Akumman Senior High School akusumbu. O wie no kwampo no ba na results in very good but enoma munye. Nti nyame ncha de akakra support nkitinkiti na ne maame nso boa. Ne maame ni store ni. Petty trading. Mantus nya adoa ni jemmu ni ade how much money a ebe fetch and na say do o time bi say be show you na we ko bi ba to actually just like that
nti wo gidi say edunu na kun
yes obinu na kun no because looking to the scene e won nkofo phone so kwampo omo won se kan won ha omo twa ne ha e na omo bi won nfi and I say oh no cramp no o struggle and enya baby so ye baby born bia e say efie ne bedan nti no ye say moja no o person stop moja no nti nsa o de ko fo bi trap don bomu ama nipa no cramp ni bie ye ana nipa ni bie ne na nipa o say nyambo awu ye soja ni nipa ne say minimo no kan ne puntu Na mu nim asem e koso na just imagine na mu keka sa na so ya fo di mo ya na sabi o ma be gu Ashaiman no ma hwenkrofo a you the family have you have any problem just omo ankasa na yekum omu nipa nti omo njana na yeba nkoda di yempe nsem we bia you just imagine.
This is serious. You heard him. He said his son was so humble. In fact, he would dress very, very humbly. He was born in that small compound. Bring back that video. He was directing us to the room in which the soldier was born, Trooper Imuru. He was pointing at it. You see where the little girl is standing? Yes, that is the room there. That's where he was born. He was born in that compound. Sadly, oh my God, he said they struggled to raise the boy. The mother has a provision shop. In fact, she only sold ingredients and a few candies. There was no money, but they struggled to be able to raise their child. And now that their child was able to get employment, to be able to bring back something to the house, he's been killed. Now, what we might not know, but the father has revealed to us, dash it away. He said that when the attacker engaged the soldier and he finally ran away after stabbing the soldier several times, he was trying to get help. So he went knocking at somebody's door. When the person came out and saw that there was blood all over him, he was frightened. But the soldier, Trooper Imuru, said, I am a soldier man, I am not a thief. But he closed his door and asked him to go away. That was where he fell and he died. It's sad. It's a sad story. But come here, let me tell you more. Now, according to information we are having, Trooper Imuru actually wanted to be a Catholic, or better still, he was a Catholic. Even though he was buried the Muslim way, his parents didn't want him being a Catholic. At the age of 12, from a Muslim home, he went to join the Roman Catholic Church, all because of the sound of the trumpet. They were teaching the children in the church how to blow the horn. And he loved the instrument. He heard the sound, went to the church, and one thing led to the other. He was enrolled. He even started catechism. He was a catechist. He went into it. He was just about to take his very first communion when the dastardly act that robbed him from us happened. The soldiers got angry all over Accra that they were not getting any justice, especially after Major Mahama's life was taken away. So they decided to unleash themselves onto the Ashaiman people. And they were given the go-ahead to go and find the killer or killers. And Ashaiman was in trouble. A number of people were arrested, 184. Some were released. This matter is still on, and we are still waiting for more and more information. In the interim, the young trooper, Trooper Imuru, has been buried. And all the soldiers that were present at his burial were very emotional. Sometimes I wish I was a soldier. The procession that you are led with to your grave is so beautiful, very emotional. It looks like the soldiers are more united than even the civilians. Look at how they marched him to his grave. Finally, they handed him over to the family in the grave. The body belonged to the soldiers. The soldiers were not ready to let the body go. They didn't even give access to the family until in the grave. That's the love they showed to one of their own. Can we love each other like that? Can we all stand for each other in life and in death? The army teaches me a lot every time I look at this entity. Their population as of 2020 was only 16,000. Yet they are able to control anything that has to do with defense in the country. Is that not powerful? The population of the police, or the size of the police in Ghana, is 30,000 as of this year. And they have 651 police stations in Ghana. But they are able to also maintain peace and order to a large extent. We need to show love to our security personnel, to our military. They are doing a yeoman's job. Under no circumstances should anybody go out trying to harm them. Same way, it is not right for them to turn the same guns that we bought for them on us and kill us and beat us, all because they are angry with us. Under no circumstances. There are other ways we could be dealt with. Violence is not the way out. This is the Blakk Pot, and to the family of Trooper Imuru, there's nothing we can say that can console you. At the age of 21, he left. When I was 21, I was just beginning to enjoy life. He, at 21, has ended his life. His life has been ended. He's gone. To the family, you are consoled already. What did the father say? I leave everything to Allah. In fact, in the Muslim community, it is very difficult for anybody to try to revenge death. They believe that every death is by Allah. If Allah does not will it, there's no way anybody will die. So it's difficult for a Muslim to come out and say, this person killed my brother, that person killed my sister, so we are going to revenge. No, they say it's Allah. In the Muslim community, the death certificate is probably the most important thing in death. They quickly want to bury you. They don't want the autopsy, because the autopsy is supposed to tell how you died. They say they know already. It's Allah who killed him. So what does the doctor want to do? You want to investigate what killed? It's shirk to some of them. It's God who killed him. Who else can kill him? No, it's God. Give us our dead body, let us go and bury. Because of this act, I believe that a lot of Muslims have gone into their graves without proper diagnosis to tell whether they truly died or not. Sometimes the heart can stop beating, but there's still electricity in your brain and you are alive. My brother, my sister, I wish Sharif was not dead. I wish he was alive to tell us who tried to kill him. But as it stands right now, even if he was alive at the time of burial, now he wouldn't be alive anymore. May his body, mind, and soul rest in perfect peace, as we also pray for the family to be consoled. It's good that they believe in Allah and that Allah is in charge of everything. This is the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushonomo, and here we speak truth to power. Next story. The next story says, hang Parliament, not again. Who is saying this? How many of us remember this man? It's called Joe Wise, right? Joe Wise. Some people replace the Wise with some other words a few weeks back because they felt that he had done something that had negated his name Wise. We all remember how he decided to get up claiming that he was going to take his medicine, his prescription, at a time that voting was supposed to happen in Parliament, and they needed all the numbers to be able to take and talk. He is telling Ghanaians that we don't need any hung Parliament anymore. Let's look at the document. Watch the document. Don't vote for a hung Parliament again. Current one affecting our governance. And this is the first deputy speaker speaking. Where did he say this? Published by My Joy Online. Come, let us read it together. Come. The first deputy speaker of parliament, Joseph Osei-Wusu, has advised the citizenry never to vote for another hung parliament again. Mr. Osei-Wusu said the efficiency of the House has suffered significantly as compared to previous parliaments. The Bekwai MP said the delivery of governance has suffered significantly due to the equal numbers of the two leading political parties in the current parliament. The fourth-termed lawmaker thus wants voters to vote massively for either the NPP or NDC in the 2024 general elections, which give one political party an overwhelming majority to control the business of the House. It is affecting governance generally. I am saying that next time Ghanaians should vote more. If they want the NPP to be the majority, they should give them more votes. If you want NDC to be the majority, give them more votes. This one is affecting governance very badly. The 7th parliament, probably because of the numbers, passed the highest number of laws since 1993. We passed over 100 laws. This parliament is our 3rd year, but I doubt we have passed even 10 laws. The level of cooperation that I saw is no longer there. He lamented in Parliament on Friday, March 10. Both the governing New Patriotic Party, NPP, and the largest opposition party in the country, the NDC, that's the National Democratic Congress, have equal strength in Parliament. Both have 137 members, each with one independent member who has opted to do business with the NPP. However, the first deputy speaker is not impressed with the 8th Parliament. Dash it away and come. You see, Joe Wise said it's a hung parliament. 137 with one independent candidate. Now that independent candidate belonged to his party, the NPP. But during the primaries, he felt that he was cheated because he was asked to step aside for another candidate to stand. And he believed that he would win the election. So for that matter, he did not want to step aside. Openly, the president denounced him and threw him out of the party. According to their constitution, you cannot continue to be a member of the party and stand independent. So he opted to stand independent, and the president read the constitution to him and removed him from the party. As fate would have it, he won the election ahead of the choice candidates for the NPP. And he blackmailed them. When they realized there was a hung parliament, they now would need him to give them a certain majority. And he also started calling the shots. I need this position. Give it to me. After all, you sacked me from your party. I also need that position. Give it to me. If you don't give it to me, I will not be part of it. They had to give it to him. And the president, with his tail in between his legs, so shamelessly accepted him back into the party again, denouncing their own constitution. In fact, when the laws favor us, oh, we are first to shout hallelujah. But when the laws go against us, no. We will find a way of vilifying the law and denouncing the law. That's the story Joe Wise is talking about. So it gave the independent candidate, a former NPP MP and member, the power. And listen to the interesting thing. They said first deputy speaker, right? First deputy speaker. So the other independent became the second deputy speaker in parliament. So you see, he called the shots and he got it. And they knew they needed him. But Ajua Safo was hurt because that was her position in the other parliament that was given to this guy. So she also started blackmailing the party. What did she do? Okay, you give me my position to this man because he went independent, blah, 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 blah. She left her work and went all the way to America. And when interviewers asked her, she said her family first. In other words, Ghana can go to hell. It's all about my party. There was an agitation to remove her. And the president finally succumbed. And she was pulled out of the Ministry of Gender, but still an MP. In fact, she blackmailed her party to the point that they had to put money. Bring me the photo of Ajua Safo so people will know exactly who I'm talking about. She blackmailed the party to a certain point where they had to go and put money in her fidelity account in order to cajole her, pamper her to do business with the party. Or else, she was also going to reduce their number even further, negating the strength that the independent candidate was bringing on board. They removed her. She wrote thanking the president for giving her the honor to serve. And she started playing gymnastics with the party. They had to send a whole convoy to her house. In fact, the chief of staff, Frima, would have to stand in front of her gate with the convoy while she was putting makeup on her face for hours before coming to open the gate and go to the parliament. You remember when their most important vote was going to happen? You all remember the e-levy? They had to ship her all the way from America via a private jet for her to come and do the voting. After they had put money in her fidelity account for her to spend for free, as was told to us by Canada, Japan. Are these people who are patriots? So what Joe Wise is saying cuts both sides. Yes, it brought some careless people into government, a bunch of blackmailers. Oh, now that there's a hung parliament, it's time for me to cash out like that second deputy speaker. But I support him too because you took him out of the party. Ajua Safu felt hurt as well, probably, and decided that, hey, me too, I'll flex my muscles. So, the whole thing is retarded. But I support a hung parliament. You know why? It makes us run away from making parliament the rubber stamp of the executive. The executive is made out of the president and his goons in power. You understand? So anything that the executive says, parliament is joro jara joro, joro jara joro, stamp, pam, rubber stamp. Everything is a done deal. We hate that. I would prefer a hung parliament with only 10 laws to the so-called whatever parliament, majority in parliament, and with 1 million laws. Look, it's not about fabricating the laws. It's not about fashioning the laws. It's not about promulgating the laws. It's about executing them. You have a trillion law system. How many of them are being adhered to? Even your own party, you are not able to adhere to your constitution. You sacked the guy. Now you brought him back. It's not a problem of a hung party. It's discipline and common sense. Why should I always vote for my party? If my party is wrong, I vote against it. I have a quote that I'm going to show you. You will see that quote and think about it. Are you in parliament to do politics? Or you are in parliament to serve the people, to get the work done? What Joe Wise said, I don't agree with it. Majorly, some parts of it fine, because there are blackmailers who will come in, political blackmailers to cash in on the hung parliament. But the hung parliament is good. It tells us who has Ghana at heart and who has politics at heart. I won't talk again. I'm done for now. This is the Black Pot, aka Coco Show no more. We'll return soon. Hey! Woyo!
Blackpot. Coco show man.
This is the Blackpot, aka Kuku Shonamo, and here we speak truth to power. We are on YouTube. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are called the Black Empire Media, and click on the notification button. We are also on the other social media platforms, and we are called Black Empire Media, as you can see on your screen. Do us the honors, follow us, and you will never miss anything that we bring out. We are all about Africa, all about the mindset of our people. Our numbers are also scrolling on the screens. Anywhere you are in the world, you can get in contact with us. What business are you into? Do you want to do business with us? Advertise with us. Oh yes, we are seen all over the world, and we are #1 when it comes to Pan-Africanism on TV. We thank you for your support in advance. This is the Blackpot. Next, vaccine shortage. Never again. Who is saying that? This guy, I'm surprised he's still in power. I'm so shocked at this guy. The lackadaisical attitude of the president. In fact, the laziness in mind of this government is sickening. Now you see this man here? He's supposed to be the health minister of the republic. The other day he was crying wolf, 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 wolf all over the place. You know why? He said that he was the most vilified minister because he had made a certain mistake. He didn't even want to call it a mistake. I always like to recap some of these things, so I give you reason to understand why I use some words on some people. Much as we try to be decent, sometimes we cannot control where we can go. Hear me now. This man here was chosen as the health minister, and many people touted his, affability. When COVID came, he went all the way to the Arab land. And what did he do? He contracted people who were on the terrorist watch list of the FBI and the CIA to supply us with vaccines. I don't want to go into details. Remember, on this show, we've given you the names of those people. Single-handedly, come here. He went there with no recourse to Parliament, and he should have done that. His reason was that people were dying, and he knew the parliamentary bureaucracy was going to prolong everything, so he arbitrarily decided to go out to the Arab land. And remember, we are not calling them terrorists because of their geographical location. I'm going to tell you why. Right after he contracted them, he doled out the Ghanaian taxpayers' money and gave to these people without doing his background check. This guy, when it was time to supply the thing, the people were dragging their feet. They were dragging their feet. Hey! It took a Norwegian journalist. We've given you all these details, so I don't really want to, slow down this delivery by bringing you those details again. The Norwegian journalist blew the whistle. He embarrassed us, but it was in the positive light. He told the whole Ghana and the whole world, Ghana has gone out to ask for the Sputnik V coronavirus vaccine from people who are on the watch list, the wanted list of the FBI and the CIA. These are the names of the people. Hey! When we saw it on Twitter, we're all like, no, this is not possible. This is a joke. They want to smear the man's name. But when we got into it a little bit, bam, it was true. The CIA came out, yes. Those people are on the watch list. You only needed to do a small bit of research and you will see that these guys were in there. He was asked to come to Parliament and he went there crying wolf, lied a lot. Only for the president to joke with a serious issue like this. They were in the BA to commission some things there. And he was making jokes with the life of Ghanaians. these people, if they were truly terrorists, as the FBI and the CIA had said, they could have used this opportunity to destroy all of us in this country who would have used the Sputnik V. All they needed to do was to give us a fake one, deadly one. They just gave him a few. They tested it and said, oh, it was good, supply more, and they gave money. Now the people couldn't supply anymore. They couldn't. They tried and tried, they couldn't. And the Ghanaian parliament, as represented by the people, asked this man to bring back the money. Come and see. It was a tug of war. The people didn't want to give it. They wanted to give it. Finally, he said that they had paid back. As to whether he went to look for the money to save his face, or the people really gave the money, I don't think the Ghanaian people really care as long as the money is back. But they deducted the money from the first batch that they had already supplied. My brother, is this a serious minister? People asked for him to be sacked. He ran around there saying that he did it in good faith. He did it in good faith. People were dying. Well, because we didn't sack such a bad minister, he came back again. And this time round, vaccines were shot all over Ghana. Basic vaccines. And listen to me attentively. Look at what happened in Tamale. Just the headline. Watch. Watch. What date is that? 5th March. How many days back? Over 100 measles cases recorded in northern Ghana as baby vaccines shortage bites. That was the man who caused it. They were busily thinking about the cathedral and thinking about the next exotic jet that the president will pick up, that they forgot the lives of the next generation. Are these serious people? And you want me to use all the most beautiful words on these hooligans? It's sad. To the people who had measles. Measles is a killer. It's one of the 6 childhood killer diseases. The government call it Bankwao. How do the Hausa people call it? Some people also call it Dwao. My brother, my sister, diphtheria, whooping cough, measles, and all that. Hausa people call it Sunsumbisa, the bird of the air. It's sad. My brother, this is the man who caused it. And what is he telling us now? Watch. Vaccine shortage. It won't happen again. Please. It won't happen again. Health Minister assures as government pays $6.4 million. You see, I sympathize with him a little bit. It's possible that this man probably told the president, we are running out of vaccines. We need about $7 million American dollars to supply to the hospitals. Then president would tell him, but we need that money for the cathedral. What are you talking about? We need it for the cathedral. Independence is coming. We need to celebrate it with a big jamboree. Can't you see people are mocking me and hooting at me everywhere I go? We have to stage manage Adaklu in the stronghold of the NDC. So let's ship our people there so that even if we are misbehaving, they are clapping for us. We are stage managing it. This is politics. You want what? Oh, but I told them in the last broadcast they should eat more Kobe and drink Asana. The children will be okay. Measles, you wait. Maybe that was what happened. These are people with no conscience. So what happened? Now, no vaccine. And boom, the blame would have to come to him. You think this man would say, oh, I told Mr. President, but he said we should use the money for the cathedral and blah, blah. You think he will say that? So he will have to bite the bullet. That is why there are some people the president can never sack. Because he knows he will be unfair to them. I'm not in this man's shoes, but looking at his face, the Holy Spirit is telling me that this was probably what happened. It's possible. When we return, dash this away. When we return, we got more. We are talking about military. In Ghana, the military size is 16,000 soldiers as of 2020. The police, 30,000 as of this year, 2023. The military is made up of the Air Force, the Navy, and the rest of it. True? True? The Air Force. Which country in Africa has the most powerful Air Force? Is it Ghana? Do we have jet fighters? I think we have only 2 helicopters. One that takes the president to Adakulu. And the other one, I think the left tie broke the other time, so they are now trying to take it to China and fix it. Which is the most powerful Air Force in the whole of Africa? Hey! Wayo!
Blackpot. Coco show them.
This is the Blackpot, aka Kukushounamo. And here we speak truth to power. My name, Blakk RASTA, in the service of God and country. Next story. Watch it. No apologies for Ashaiman military brutalities. They went to Ashaiman. They whipped them. They made them roll in the mud. They removed their shirts. And we heard some of the soldiers say, Dinitumame. Dinitumame. Pow. Dinitumame. Pow. Hey, raise your buttocks. Dinitumame. Pow. The military has a lot of terms. Different terms. They alone understand. Just like doctors, when they write, it's like fowls are playing the mud. But they alone can read their thing. Maybe it's a professional secret. The military to ask for terms. And when they are marching and they are singing, they are profane. My God. Even if you are not a fan of profanity, you would enjoy it. Like in Tamale. Soja, soja, alana beka koshe. Soja, soja, alana beka koshe. Don't ask me what that means. I won't be able to tell you. I'll find out from Uncle Kwesi Pratt Jr. He was in Tamale. You know, he attended school at Sakasaka Primary School. He will be able to decode this. It's military language. No apologies for Ashaiman military brutalities. And he says, Ashaiman swoop, your no apology response senseless. And this is an NDC scribe to Deputy Defense Minister. Jesus is Lord. Come here! The Deputy Secretary of the National Democratic Congress NDC in the Ashanti region has described the response by the Deputy Minister for Defense to the military brutality in Ashaiman community as senseless. Bring back that one. Bring it back. You see the armored vehicles there? This is Ashaiman. That was when they were beginning to raid the whole place. Next page. Watch it. It says, according to him, the military in the first place had no business going to Ashaiman on such an operation if investigations have not been done to identify the hideout of those who orchestrated the crime of killing a young soldier. They didn't ask them to go and do anything. They asked them to go and beat them. Is the military in charge of investigations? So what did they go there to do? Who did you go there to search for if you were not in charge of investigations? Look at the big question there. What did you go there to do? Who did you go there to search for if you were not in charge of investigations? It doesn't make sense. There's no iota of sense and wisdom in what the minister came to say. Not even one sense. He lashed out. Mr. Bai Chamfor was reacting to Tuesday's dawn raid of pass of Ashaiman by military personnel following the murder of one of their own colleagues days ago by unknown assailants in the area. According to the reports, an unofficial curfew was placed on residents in the area following the raid, and some residents were brutalized and rounded up by the military to an unknown location. After the incident, Deputy Defense Minister Honorable Kofi Amankwa-Menu, so that's the Honorable Deputy Minister for Defense, Honorable Kofi Amankwa-Menu, categorically described the incidents as excessive and confirmed that the operation was indeed sanctioned by the hierarchy of the Ghana Armed Forces. He also noted that the military personnel sent to Ashaiman were carried away on their duties. Did you hear that? They were sanctioned. That's why they were able to go with the chopper. The chopper that they took there. What was it for? Was it to look around? I don't know military things, but in the bush, fine. You see people hiding in the bush, but Ashaiman, can you find anybody hiding in Ashaiman? I cannot. It's like finding a needle in hay. He also noted that the military personnel sent to Ashaiman were carried away on their duty. But responding to this, Mr. Banchamfor clearly stated that it was wrong for the minister to describe the brutality meted out to some innocent civilians as excesses, and went ahead to ask if the minister is all right. You cannot describe this as excesses when you are not done with investigation and you go ahead to drop soldiers from a flying helicopter to subject civilians to brutality. In fact, for me, it was a Rambo-style thing for nothing. It was like they wanted to act a Hollywood movie. Helicopter, flying all over the place. Did the police investigate? Did they pick up a few signals? Or is it engendering on security so we don't need to know the details? From my information, the police was totally ignored and seen as weak and limp. Weak and limp. So the soldier had to go there with more power. As a minister, you come to tell me that those were excesses. What is wrong with you? Where have we gotten to by a Chamfor quiz? Dash it away. My brother, come here. Much as we love our soldiers and love our police, and we understand that there was a death, we are hurt. The brother there doesn't have to be my son. In fact, he's qualified to be my son. At 48, I could bet him. That's my son. It's hurting. It's painful. But I understand that sometimes pain is very difficult for you to contain. Somebody so pained and so devastated, they can jump from a story building and kill themselves. I do understand. The military by now, honestly should be apologizing. The minister should be the one to apologize that well. We picked up a few pieces of information, and together with the police, we agreed that this was what we were going to do. But of course, when we went in there, some of the people came out trying to fight us. So that was what happened. I'm expecting to hear something like that. Or else, I wonder what else they can say that will actually carry weight. Or else, we are in a jungle. Anything can happen to us. Yes. Of course, if we say this doesn't mean that we support the killing. No. How can we support that? But because somebody or some people kill somebody in the area, you shouldn't go on a mass rampage of the place and beating up just anybody. No, it's not done anywhere, sir. No. It's one of our own. He was not only a soldier, he was also a Ghanaian. He was a Ghanaian before he became a soldier. So Ghanaians are bereaved. We are bereaved. We are crying. Next story. Coconut boy in child labor. I'm going to spend only 2 minutes to look at this. 2. Show me the coconut boy. Look at this boy. He's 10 years old. He's involved in child labor. You know what he does? He doesn't even come from Accra, but he's in Accra. His parents are in the central region, several miles away. He's alone in Accra. He has to go to school. His parents cannot pay. So he comes to Accra. He goes around looking at the trees. Which one has coconut trees? He can just see the fruits and know that these ones are good. And he would ask for permission, climb, harvest the fruits, and pay 2 cedis each for 1 coconut. And he will go and add 1 Ghana cedi and sell. He says he makes sometimes, if he's lucky, he can make something. This is the boy. Climb to the top. His parents do not know where he is in Accra. He's bought a wheelbarrow from his trade. And when he harvests this, he will take this out and sell 3 cedis, 3 cedis, 3 cedis. That's how much of $1? How much is $1 now? It's gone haywire. This is about 20 cents or 30 cents for 1. It's sad. I'm hurt. Run the story. 13-year-old student who survives on coconut. Calm down. Run it. And this is David Andor, my very good brethren. From a photojournalist to a writer, a 13-year-old boy's decision to pluck and sell fresh coconuts to eke a living did not only shock some residents of his neighborhood, but has exposed the negligence of his parents. Malik Edu is a Form 1 junior high school student at Amuzu, near Obom, in the Gan South municipality of the Greater Accra region. For the past 2 years, he has been engaging in the sale of fresh coconuts to raise funds to support his education. He disclosed that his parents are in the central region, but he is currently staying with some family members. Malik, despite his age, has an advantage over his competitors as he is skillful at climbing the coconut tree. While his senior competitors struggle to find someone to pluck the coconut for them, Malik would be on top of the coconut trees plucking them. That's him climbing. In fact, sliding on this thing, you should look at the inner thighs. They are hard like the crocodile skin. According to him, he earns 70 cedis on good days and 40 cedis on days when business is slow. To ensure he conducts his business successfully, he has bought a wheelbarrow which he uses to cut the coconuts around to sell to customers. Dash it away. I know that there are vicissitudes of life, but let us plan our families good and let the social welfare work. This person should have been taken care of by a certain philanthropist church or institution like that, or even the social welfare. But it's out there climbing trees. Who knows how many snakes are waiting for him up there? Who knows what kind of gang he will fall victim to? Drugs. Little boys like this, the prostitutes engage them to go and buy them drugs and some other things like that. Drug users also engage them, asking them to go and do, before you realize they are recruited. I wish I had money, honestly. I would have adopted this boy. But I don't have it. I pray that one day, at 48, I've not given up. I will be rich one day. These are the people that I'll pay my tithe to. My tithe will go to these people. I'm sad I can't continue. It's the Blackport.
Hey! Wayo!